Somos Te lo cuento News.
Good afternoon, everybody. Today we have a special interview because this afternoon we have a big news in Missouri. Missouri House passed new congressional district map and now is moving to the Senate. So looks like everything is moving as a plan for the governor. And for that, I want to say thank you to Germán Gonzalez. He is part of the Hispanic Backer Association of San Luis. Last week, actually, they make a press release made their remarks about this situation they sent to us, and we was planning this interview, and looks like what to be perfect for talk to with you. What is coming to Missouri? I guess I will start for that from the legal prospect that you as member of organizations have.
Well, so I think that the first thing I want to mention is that the vote passed approving from the representative, and it was 90 in the favor and 65 saying none. And I think that is somehow important because in Missouri capital, we just have 52 representatives as Democrats, meaning 13
of the Republicans, they vote against this.
So I think that that's important because having Republicans like a scene that is something somehow is not being correct and saying, hey, we don't want to be part of this. I think that this is amazing. No, not sure who were that voted, but I think that is very amazing, very interesting. The other thing is, in our perspective, we think that that this redistribution that we are calling gerrymandering, because the gerrymandering is when we use this redistribution to weak a political party, like it's happening now, is unconstitutional, because the Missouri Constitution in the Article 3, Section 3 said that the redistribution needs to be after the census of the each 10 years, and we already did it in 2020 after the census. There were this new map was in 2022. It was established in 2022.
So it's only be working that you want to call for a couple years, 3 years.
Exactly, and now they want just to change it. There has not been a new census, and it has not been past 10 years. So we think that it is unconstitutional. And I think that once the lawsuit goes to Supreme Court is going to stop it and say this is totally unconstitutional. So we will see.
We will see what happened. I asked Hispanics Bar Association in San Luis. This is a topic that maybe people doesn't understand why San Luis is worried what is happening in Kansas City. And you was explained, we did this in Spanish, how the repercussion of this have not only for Missouri and could happen for the country as a snowball.
Yes, so we are worried as an organization because this is going to weaken the Democratic Party. We are a non-partisan, but still we having one member less for the Democratic. That is the new map that they want to try to do it is they want to take one representative from the Democratic Party and to put it on the Republican. Having less representation in the U.S. Congress is going to affect all of us as the minorities. Having less representation, meaning less people in drafting bills, less people voting in favor of those bills. This is going to affect not just Kansas City, it's going to affect all the Missouri, having less representation in Congress. We think that this is going to, or is part of all this political fight that is nationwide. It's happening in Texas now. I think that it's good that California is moving to do it the same thing, but for the Democrats, just to try to balance. Because I think that being a non-partisan as this organization, the Hispanic Bar Association, one, we need to see what law is constitutional and raise our voice. But also, I think that we need to try to see there is need to be a balance on everything. We cannot just go for one extreme or to another extreme. This balance is important for our country and right now our state.
So I want to imagine, and I don't know if you exactly know this because I know that you are immigration lawyer and in this and to for the association. So let's thinking about this move to the Senate. This go to the table of the desk of the Mike Kehoe, and after he make a law, and the fight continue in the Supreme Court of Missouri Supreme Court, that they will have some kind of temporary stop before apply, because really we are close to 12 months to the elections on November, so it's very close the times. How we thinking as a human is how the legislation and the legal go is they have the same time that we have in our brains, because sometimes for me they are slow, but what do you think will happen?
No, yeah, I think that it needs to be an injunction. I would guess that it can pass an injunction here, because it's violating the rights of the community. Right now, who is the most affected is the representative Emmanuel Kleber. Um, he already started a lawsuit, so I think that on this process, I will bet that the decision on the Supreme Court need to be maybe this year or early next year. I don't think that is going to take a lot of time to do it. And hopefully, if there is any injunction on this, in case they take longer, but I expect something moving fast here. The other thing that is when we no, I forget what I was saying. Sorry.
That's fine. That's
Se
fine.
me
We
fue.
are like, but my last more than questions is, um, what do you thinking the people, because usually who see when we have this part in English is people that is very much concerned about minorities. People that watch our videos in English is people that know that we are the Spanish 24/7 media in Missouri and Kansas, and they want to know more or have this perspective. So in that case, what will be the recommendation to do to these people that is watching us now that doesn't speak Spanish and they maybe don't know the explanation how what they can do now in order to try to support in one way or the other to the minorities community, not only the Latino community, but all communities?
So there is many things. I think that the first thing is don't be silent. I think that learning about what's going on, for example, learning that the gerrymandering is this concept that is used on the political landscape when there is an attack of or trying to weak one political party. I think that that is very important to know the difference between uh, redistribution and gerrymandering. Redistribution is the legal concept that is in our constitution when it is after 10 years with the census. So the power of the knowledge is going to help you to talk with another person, maybe a Republican, to explain that this is going to affect us, not just because this is unconstitutional, but our rule of law in the Missouri, that is our constitution, is being attacked when they are not following this. So this is the basic things. Now think on what happened if, for example, if it's the Republican who is going to be affected. Now there is going to be a precedent that we allowed to go beyond our constitution. So you can be Republican, you can be Democrat, you can be
Independent.
independent, but our constitution, we need to make our constitution be respected, because that is the only way that we have like a common ground. So knowing this, I think is very important. Now, the other thing is try to um, go to or join organizations that are pro the immigrants and pro minorities, um, pro multiculturals. Basically, it's like, for example, here in San Luis, the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, the Hispanic leader, group in the Greater San Luis, the Hispanic Bar Association, having connection with us, we can also give more inputs, or hear you what is going on, um, and try to see if part of our mission can be try to help you. Um, Connecting with organization that I do a volunteer there, and I love this organization that is Crisis Nursery in San Luis. Uh, they are it's a beautiful work that they do, and they also have a program for the Latin Irish program. So it's that it doesn't need to be just immigration and help immigration, but anything that is
The spectrum of the
spectrum.
multicultural.
I think that is going and help. Try to volunteer. Try to go to the capital. Contact your representative. If you are Republican, contact your representative. If you are Democrat, even though you can contact anyone that is in your district, try
Who
to
represent
explain.
you? Because ultimately, yes, they are Democrats and Republican, but the goal is represent the people. So
Uh-huh.
they are representing everybody. The Republicans are representing everybody, and the Democrats are representing everybody that live in their district.
Exactly. And this is something very important because, for example, I'm in San Luis. For if I contact the representative in Jefferson City, maybe he is not going to be very interesting because you are not the person who is going to vote for me. So once I say I'm from San Luis, he may say, okay, what do you need? But it's not as important as if someone from the Jefferson district is contact him, because he know that is about that he wants to win. So it's very important to try to know who is your representative, go to the town halls, try to connect with all the representatives in your district or in your state to make the difference, to talk
I,
with them.
I think it is, and with that we live, be political active without be political.
Exactly, literally, it's like that. And look, it's many people maybe they don't see it in this way, but when we vote for them, they have this oath. They need to see the best for Missouri. Attacking immigration is attacking us, because that attack the economy, that attacks the taxes that they pay. They attack like everything that is around one immigrant. We consume also here in the Missouri.
And
Without immigrants, it's
without
attacking our
migrants, we
state.
will be in trouble. Ned Sandoval, the professor, say 50% of the growth in Missouri of the last census was doing by migrants. With that, I leave in because the time is over. Thank you, Herman Gonzalez, part of the Hispanic Bar Association of San Luis, who they public a press release last week worry about this. The we repeat is happening right now. Missouri House passed the new congressional district map, moved to the Senate, and probably soon to the office of the government. Thank you so much.